Mark Grayson was supposed to be Earth's greatest hero. Like every normal teenager, he went to school, hung out with friends, worked part-time, and waited for the day his powers would finally appear. But Mark wasn't normal. His father, Nolan Grayson, was secretly Omni-Man, the strongest superhero on Earth and a member of the terrifying Viltrumite Empire. When Mark's powers finally awakened, he chose the path of a hero. He wore the suit, protected innocent people, and tried to live up to the image of the world's greatest defender. But what if things had gone differently? What if, instead of rejecting his father's mission, Mark fully embraced it? Everything changes at the end of Season 1. Omni-Man finally reveals the truth. He was never sent to Earth to protect humanity. He was sent to weaken it and prepare it for conquest by the Viltrum Empire, a brutal race of warriors who believe every other species is beneath them. Earth was just another world waiting to be conquered. In the original story, Mark rejects this ideology and fights back, but in this version, something inside him changes. Maybe he's already tired of seeing how fragile humans are. Maybe he begins to believe they could never truly understand the burden of power he carries. So when Nolan explains Viltrumite superiority, Mark doesn't resist. Instead, he looks at his father and says, "Tell me what comes next." That single choice destroys Earth. With Mark by his side, Omni-Man no longer has to hold back. Together, the two Viltrumites become nearly unstoppable. The Guardians of the Globe are already dead, meaning Earth's greatest defense is gone. Now imagine Mark helping Nolan finish what he started. Cecil and the Global Defense Agency would try to respond, but they'd face two Viltrumites instead of one. Worse, one of them is the same young hero they trusted and trained. That betrayal alone would create panic and hesitation. The takeover would happen fast. Nolan already proved he could move faster than human weapons could track. With Mark assisting him, they could destroy military bases, disable satellites, wipe out nuclear arsenals, and crush world governments within hours. Earth's defenses would collapse almost instantly. Cecil might deploy the Reanimant as a last resort, but they'd be useless against Viltrumites. Robot could try creating a strategy, but strategy requires time, and nobody would have any. The surviving heroes like Adam Eve, Rexplode, Monster Girl, and Robot would be thrown into a hopeless war. Adam Eve would probably be humanity's best chance because of her incredible matter manipulation powers, but even she would struggle against two bloodlusted Viltrumites working together. Rexplode wouldn't even slow them down. One by one, the heroes would fall, but the emotional damage would be even worse. Debbie would have to watch both her husband and son willingly destroy the planet she loves. Eve would see the boy she cared about become a monster. William would realize his best friend never truly belonged to humanity at all, and for the rest of the world, the psychological impact would be devastating. Invincible was supposed to be a symbol of hope. Seeing him stand beside Omni-Man while cities burn would completely destroy humanity's faith in heroes. What makes this scenario terrifying is that it's not impossible. The multiverse in Invincible confirms that most versions of Mark actually do turn evil. Angstrom Levy traveled across countless realities and discovered that the heroic Mark fans know is the exception, not the rule. Many evil versions of Mark conquered their own Earths. Some ruled alongside Omni-Man as father and son, others became dictators on their own. During the Invincible War, Angstrom unleashed 18 evil Marks into the main universe, and the destruction was catastrophic. Cities were erased, heroes were slaughtered, and hundreds of thousands died. And the scariest part? Most of those variants were weaker than the main timeline's Mark. A fully evil Mark with his true potential would eventually surpass Omni-Man himself. Nolan still had emotional weaknesses. He couldn't kill his son because deep down, he still loved him. But an evil Mark who fully embraced the Viltrumite mindset might lose those weaknesses entirely. Viltrumites grow stronger through combat, and they live for thousands of years. An evil Mark spending decades conquering worlds would slowly evolve into something terrifying, far beyond a normal villain. He wouldn't just rule Earth, he'd spread the Viltrumite ideology across the galaxy. Eventually, he could become more dangerous than even Thrag himself. That's what makes Mark such a compelling character. His goodness isn't guaranteed. He chooses it every day despite the pain it brings him. He gets beaten, loses friends, and carries endless trauma, yet he still refuses to become a monster. Most versions of Mark chose the easier path, the path where power justifies cruelty and compassion as weakness. The main Mark chose differently, and that's why his story matters so much. The evil versions of Mark are more than just cool what-if scenarios. They represent everything Mark could become if he ever stopped caring. The line between hero and monster in Invincible Invincible is incredibly thin, and in most universes, Mark crossed it. The version fans love is the rare one who looked at the Viltrumite philosophy, understood it completely, and still said no.